You're listening to a reading of Pumpkins by Toadstools and Fairy Dust, creatively read and adapted by Miss Jill. It's fall! Pumpkins are everywhere. From Halloween jack-o'-lanterns to Thanksgiving pie, the pumpkin is the star of the show. When the jack-o'-lantern smiles, we smile too. The pumpkin is a fruit, not a vegetable. Like all fruits, it has seeds inside that can grow into new pumpkins. Pumpkins can come in red, white, or even blue. Here are just a few kinds of pumpkins. The Connecticut field is grown for carving, not for eating. The sweet small sugar makes a wonderful blue ribbon pie. And the Jack Be Little can fit into your hands. But the Atlantic giant pumpkin can weigh more than your entire family. People in Latin America have been eating pumpkins for a long time. In Mexico, pumpkin seeds more than 11,000 years old have been found in caves. In Peru and Mexico, there are beautiful pots shaped like pumpkins. For hundreds of years, Native Americans grew pumpkins for food and medicine. The pumpkin family, beans, and corn were called the Three Sisters. The Iroquois Indians believed these important crops were gifts from God. In 1620, the Mayflower Pilgrims arrived in what is now Massachusetts. During the first winter, nearly half of them starved to death. In the spring of 1621, Chief Squanto taught the survivors to plant pumpkins. The fruit was special because it stayed fresh through the long winter when stored in a root cellar. The Pilgrims sprinkled pumpkin seeds among the corn and fertilized them with fish. Squanto showed them that growing corn and pumpkins together was good for both crops. The pumpkin plant's large leaves kept weeds away and helped keep the soil wet. For many years, Americans ate lots of pumpkin. Then, at the end of the 19th century, refrigeration was invented. People didn't need root cellars anymore because the refrigerator kept stuff fresh. So people didn't eat as much pumpkin. Today, 9 of 10 of the pumpkins people buy are used to make jack-o'-lanterns. Every year, more than 100 million pumpkins are grown on farms in the United States. Growing pumpkins takes lots of water and fertilizer. Farmers loosen the soil so that air and rainwater can reach the roots of the pumpkin plants. Finally, when the soil is warm, they plant the pumpkin seeds. Soon, beautiful flowers appear. Each pumpkin plant has both male and female blossoms. Bees carry pollen from the male flower to the female flower. This is called pollination. After pollination, the bump at the base of the female flower begins to grow into a pumpkin. It will grow for 80 to 120 days. By mid-October, the fruit is ready for picking, just in time for Halloween. While most pumpkins are grown on farms, some gardeners grow them in their backyards. Many people plant the new, smaller varieties of pumpkins. But a few gardeners just want to grow a prize-winning giant pumpkin. They pamper their pumpkins with huge amounts of water, fertilizer, and time. Some even give theirs names like Goliath, King Kong, or Tarzan. Others think that playing music for their plants will help them grow bigger. Now, the name jack-o'-lantern comes from an Irish folktale about a foolish man named Stingy Jack. He was forced to wander the earth. To light his way, he carved a lantern out of a turnip and placed a burning coal inside. People called him Jack of the Lantern, or just jack-o'-lantern. In America today, people carve jack-o'-lanterns just for fun, but now they use pumpkins instead of turnips. Not only are pumpkins easier to carve, but big pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns are much scarier. Try this. Try to carve your own jack-o'-lantern. Choose a pumpkin with an interesting shape and a flat bottom. To make the lid, draw a circle around the stem. Then draw a face on your pumpkin with a felt tip marker. With an adult's help, cut along the line of the stem. Be sure to point the knife towards the center. This will help keep the lid from falling down into your pumpkin. And be sure that the opening is big enough for your hand to fit through. Now scoop out the seeds and all the stringy, slimy, yucky stuff. But save those seeds for toasting. Then, with an adult's help, cut along the lines, making sure each cut goes all the way through the shell. Have an adult help you place a candle inside the pumpkin so it won't fall over. After lighting the candle for the first time, punch a small hole inside the lid where the flame has burnt the flesh black. This chimney will help keep the candle burning. Maybe sprinkle a little cinnamon or nutmeg inside the lid. When the candle is lit, that jack-o'-lantern is going to smell like pumpkin pie. To keep your jack-o'-lantern looking fresh, rub the cut edges with petroleum jelly and store it in a cool place. Now, pumpkins aren't just for carving, they're also a great health food. Pumpkins have lots of vitamin A, which is good for your eyes, your skin, teeth, and bones, and vitamin C, which helps fight infection. Pumpkins can be made into butter, cookies, breads, and puddings. They can be roasted or whipped into ice cream. But it's pumpkin pie that we love best. The end. Be sure to save those seeds. There's tons of recipes online for toasting.